We love Jesus. It's all about Jesus, period. So Kim and I, several years ago, we were having a rough day. Did you ever have a rough day? Yeah, of course, right? You have a job, you have children, you're married, you have a rough day. So there you go. Kim and I were having a rough day. I was frustrated. She was frustrated. Our kids were frustrated. We were all frustrated together in misery. Misery loves company. And so it's just one of those days. Nothing went right. And finally, Kim said, "That's it. Enough. We got to go to our happy place." And instantly, I knew exactly what she was talking about. And instantly, the theme song to Cheers started singing in my head. Some of you are old enough to know that. You guys, young guys, I'm sure it's on Netflix or something. But, now I can't sing the song. Yes. We want to go. Excuse the singing. We want to go where everybody knows my name. And everybody's glad I came. That's as good as it gets, people. So, now you appreciate these guys much better. Yeah, all right, that's right. Don't do that job. So, I knew instantly. And I'm like, okay, so we load up in the car. I mean, everybody knew. Kids knew. All right, let's go. I mean, frustration day. We're all irritated. Just nothing's going right. We get in the car. We're going to a place where everybody knows our name, where they're glad we came. We're excited. And we start driving to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A, you can't go wrong with Chick-fil-A, yeah. Chick-fil-A, it's a restaurant. It's a fast food restaurant, yeah. So we're going to Chick-fil-A, and now, to be honest, it's not any Chick-fil-A, right? And we're not going there because the food is good. I mean, the food's okay. All right. It's just, we're not going there because it's like, woo, the chicken is just out of sight. No, you can probably find it better somewhere else. But anyways, so, and it's not any Chick-fil-A because they're not all the same. It's one particular Chick-fil-A in Joplin, Missouri on Grange Line. My friends out there in Joplin and Oklahoma know what I'm talking about, right? That Chick-fil-A, right? So it's one particular Chick-fil-A. And why this Chick-fil-A? Because when we walked into this Chick-fil-A, it was family. Everybody in there, all the employees knew our name. They knew us by name. We'd come in, "Oh, how you guys doing?" It was an amazing experience. They knew what we were going to order. They had it down. The owner's mother, she would come out and she'd sit at the table with us. And she had a little, she was older, but she had a little, not a cell phone, but that piece of paper. Remember old school? People used to carry a piece of paper around, a little notebook. Kids don't know what that is. Anyway, so, and she had notes. She's like, "How's it going?" We would talk about church. We'd talk about her church. She'd talk about our church. We'd pray together. I mean, it was an amazing experience. She'd go and get my kids free ice cream. "You want some ice cream? Come on, I'll get you some ice cream," And the kids love that part. "Oh, free ice cream. Yeah, that's right. I love that part. Free. Yeah, for everybody. All right. Yeah, that's right." The manager, Katie, she would come out. She ran the store. She was like in her upper 20s, single woman. She had 39 kids. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, 39 kids. My daughter was shocked too. And then we explained to her that was goats. Anyway, so she was a goat farmer. Yeah, change the perspective. You're all like, whoo, okay, wow. I know what's going on there. Wow, yeah. 39 goats. She called them her kids, right? So kids, goats. Anyway, so that's cheesy farming humor. So, and so she would come out. She ran the whole store. So she was like, she would take her kids in the back room. In the back room is where all the toys are for the kids. Toy thing, whatever, and she'd be like, "Pick out whichever you want." And they were like, they get to dig through it. I mean, it's a cool experience. We got to know her so well that she invited us to her house. We had dinner at her house. We got to meet all her kids. That was kind of cool, all the kids, just crazy. Anyway, so I'm not sure if that's a sheep or a goat. I don't know anyway. So we ate with her parents. We met her siblings, and we would sit there at Chick-fil-A, and the employees, one by one, they'd take breaks. We were there a long time. They would take breaks, and they'd come over and sit with us. We'd talk about their lives and what they're doing, and talk about Jesus and pray. I mean, it was an amazing place. They knew our name. We knew their names. I mean, if you're traveling on I-40 and you're going through Joplin, Missouri, you pull off on Range Line. and you go to Chick-fil-A, you tell them we sent you. They probably won't remember us, but that's okay. Some of them, they're probably all moved on now. Katie's a missionary, so but that amazing place. And what was so cool, because it was family. They knew our name. We spent time together. We invested in each other, and it made a difference. That's why it was our happy place. That was very, very good experiences. Even for my children, we talk about it. Friendliness really does matter. It matters. And it matters that we are friendly. It matters, right? I mean, friendliness is so important that almost all of us, we base an experience on where we go or something that we've experienced based on how friendly people treated us. Either how the employees were like, man, the employees are real friendly, or the people at the function were, man, they talked to us. They asked us our name. And we then come out judging that place as that was a good experience. I mean, maybe the food was mediocre. Maybe the event was, take it or leave it. But the people made us say, man, I enjoyed that. And we talk about it. Yeah, I'd like to go back to that. Because friendliness matters. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A knocks it out of the park. Yeah. They know how to do it. They've got it down. And sometimes I wondered when we were at Chick-fil-A, sometimes I'd be thinking, the church needs to come to Chick-fil-A to figure out how to be friendly. Chick-fil-A's got it down. But then it clicks in my mind and says, wait a minute, that's wrong. That's actually not right. Chick-fil-A and corporations should be coming to the church to find out how to be friendly. They need to be coming to us. Why? Because we have Jesus. We have grace. We understand what grace is. We understand what being accepted when we're not good people and not worthy of being accepted, but Jesus accepts us and he says, I love you and I care about you. We understand what that's like. And so we understand when we see someone show up and we're like, this person needs Jesus. They're hurting. They're not sure what's going on. I'm at church. What's happening? Check my wallet, make sure no one steals it. I don't know what's going on. We understand what that's like. And we go, man, we could be friendly about that because Jesus, he was friendly to us. And yet it's not that way, is it? Corporations are not beating down our door. They're not coming to us and saying, guys, how to be friendly. You know why? Because we're not glad they came. And we certainly aren't going to learn their name. And we're like, yeah, church, sure, come on in. If you survive and are around long enough, maybe I'll talk to you. And we think, what are we doing? That's not the way God designed it. It's not the way God designed us as believers in Jesus. We are called to be friendly. You're called to be friendly. Some of us struggle at it. Scripture says this, Romans chapter 12. By the way, if you do not have a Bible, there are Bibles out there, white Bibles. Take those Bibles home. You can have it. We want you to have a Bible. If you already have one, leave it for someone who doesn't. Be friendly. Anyways, right? It's on the screen. Romans chapter 12, verse 13, really the second half of verse 13. It says, always be eager to practice hospitality. We don't need more of the verse. Always be eager to practice hospitality. Showing hospitality is a command. Did you see that? It's a command, showing hospitality. It's not a request. God is not saying, hey, when you feel good, when you're having a good day, be friendly. No, God is saying, be eager all the time to be friendly. Be eager to show hospitality. Be eager to reach out to people. Be eager to say hello. Be eager to learn people's names. That's what the text is saying. Yet, it scares us to death to walk up to a stranger. It's getting worse and worse in society. The stinking cell phone has corrupted our children, and they don't know how to speak to people. A lost art is, hello, stranger, how you doing? My name's David. Our young people don't know how to do that. What? I'll send them a text, but I'm not talking to them face to face. They're really good. You guys are really good at texting. You're really horrible at verbally saying, hello, how are you doing? Exact opposite of the old generation. The old generation is really good at saying hello, but they're really bad at the cell phone. Horrible at the cell phone. clueless, right? This is why we need each other. We help each other out because we can be friendly on both device, both verbally and both with a text. We can be friendly that way too. But it matters, right? But it scares us to death to go up to a stranger. You know, we're the church. People come here. Why are we afraid to go to them and say, hey, I'm glad you're here? Why are we afraid to do that? Well, we're afraid to do that to even people we know. You come and you sit in the same area every Sunday and you say hello to no one. You sit around the same people. After a while, you should get to know each other. You know, I like the people who move around. You guys, where's Waldo? Where are they? Where are they there today? Yeah, that's right. But most of you sit in the same area. And so you should be like, hey, you should at least know the people sitting around. You should at least say hello, but we even get anxious over that. Let me just tell you, nobody's going to get upset at you for smiling and saying hello. No one's going to think you're some weird freak for saying, hi, how you doing? Maybe if you have that smile. Yeah, maybe they'll be a little, okay. They're odd, but they were friendly. All right. Yeah, Joker's friendly too. But anyway, so I don't know. Right? It's just something we struggle with, yet God calls us to be people who are friendly. And it matters. It makes a difference. Why? Because we're showing the love of Jesus Christ. It shows that we care. Right? When we are friendly, it shows that we care. It doesn't matter if someone's here for the first time or someone's been here for 500 years. That's Julie. Anyways, just kidding. Is Julie back there? Yeah, all right. So I love you, Julie. So, yeah. See, Julie and I work together, by the way. We have a very good relationship. I can make fun of her. She can't make fun of me. No, I'm just kidding. She'll make fun of me too. But it matters when we see people and we're like, hey, good morning. I'm glad you're here. Good afternoon. Good evening. You know, hey, it's nice to see you. We know their name. It matters. It shows that we care. Right or wrong, I'm just going to let you in on a secret. Right or wrong, if you are a shy person, right or wrong, this is society. Just so you know, you may not know, but if you are a shy person and you stay quiet, and you stand off and you don't talk to people, people automatically assume you are stuck up. Right or wrong, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying this is the impression you give people. When people show up and they see you and you're like, and maybe inside, internally, there's anxiety and you're dealing with that. And I understand there's other issues why people are shy. I'm not saying it's bad to be shy. God made you that way. God made you that way. But just understand the perception of what that shows to people. People automatically are going to assume they didn't smile, they didn't say hello, they're stuck up or they're a jerk. And people just assume that. Conversely, someone who smiles, at least they smiled. You know, we're like, oh, well, they tried. That was a creepy smile, but I mean, they tried, you know, all right. You know, we give them credit. We don't say they're stuck up. Then we say, well, maybe they're just nervous. Maybe they're shy. They tried to interact, did the best they could. We recognize that. But when we don't do anything, people just thought, well, they were a jerk, you know. And you go to a church full of people who are like, new person. I know these people, I want to talk to them, but not you. It sends a message to them. Why would I ever want to go back to that church? Friendliness matters. Conversely, we say hello, we smile. That matters to people. If you're a new person and you show up, or this is your first time at Hilltop, and no one talks to you, shame on us. But if people talk to you and say, hey, good morning, I'm glad you're here. Hey, welcome. It has an impact. And then we kick it up a notch and we learn your name. Well, that's a huge impact. You learn someone's name, that says a lot. Now, I know it's hard to learn names. So I know some of you give me all these excuses. Well, it's hard. I'm old. I can't remember. I'm young. I can't make sense. I don't know. That's right. Whatever your lame excuse is. Yeah. I get it. I got to learn all of your names. You only have to learn, hey, pastor. It's a cheat. You're cheating. Right? It's David, by the way. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, David. There you go. Yeah. But so when we learn someone's name, it says we care about them, right? We care about who they are. Leviticus chapter 19. You don't get a lot out of Leviticus. I'm preaching out of Leviticus today. It's a great, great verse. What I mean is God gives us a lot about Leviticus. We don't read it a lot. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 33. God tells us, do not take advantage of foreigners who live among you in your land. Treat them like native-born Israelites and love them as you love yourselves. Did you hear that? Remember that you were once foreigners living in the land of Egypt, and I am the Lord your God. Now, let me translate this for you, what God is saying. God is saying, treat new people like they're part of your church. Incorporate them as family. Treat them the way you would treat your family. Love them the way you would love your church family. Accept them the way you would accept your church family. Because there's no new people. There's just people who haven't realized that they're part of the family yet. That's the difference. That's what God is commanding us to do. That's what the church is called to do. We should be the leaders in friendliness. The world should be beating down our doors saying, well, how do you guys do it? And we can say, his name is Jesus Christ. That's how we do it. And you got to get on board, right? Do not forget what it's like to be new. Every one of us were new once. I was even new once. I still came up here and stood on the stage and talked, but, and that's nerve-wracking to talk in front of a bunch of strangers. It's nerve-wracking, right? It's hard. Everybody was new. Remember what it was like to be new. We forget so quickly once we kind of feel in what it's like to be out. And we don't want anybody to feel out. If you're first time or your 100th time, we want you to feel in. And we're glad you're here. And we want to love on you and care about you. And yeah, maybe we don't get along perfectly, but you're still accepted. We want you here. We want you to know Jesus. You know why? Because if we're not friendly, they may never hear about Jesus Christ. And we're telling them to go to hell. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Because I want people in heaven. And if I can put a smile on and I could say hello and I could struggle to learn your name, I keep forgetting, but I'm trying to work it, get it down, that screams to people, you matter, and you matter because Jesus matters, and you matter to Jesus. So if you matter to him, you matter to me. And I want you to be in heaven. I want you to experience the love of Jesus Christ. Don't forget what it's like to be new, but don't treat anybody like they're new. Treat them like they've long-lost family member. Welcome home! Well, maybe not that excessive, right? So, it's not run around hugging people, running them off. I don't know, right? Hilltop, we are designed to be a friendly church. That's what we want to do. We have a lot of amazing people who do friendliness. If you're here, hopefully you experience it. Just from the parking lot, Steve is hiding in... Steve, you're out there watching, I know, but you're hiding up there in cooler weather. But Steve's usually out there in a golf cart, which people pull in, and he's got all his signs out there, and he's greeting people. And then people walk up to the greeters, and, somebody's accosting you with, hello, how are you doing? What's going on today? It's awesome people. They do an amazing, amazing job out there. We have the coffee house, right? We have greeters in here. We have people who go up and try to say hello. We give away free water, connection table. We offer bathrooms. Sometimes it's a necessity. Yeah, we just got 2. Keep giving. We'll have more in the new building. All right. So, and we do all these things to be friendly. And guys, I understand it's like, 500 degrees outside. But people stand out there and they swelter in the heat and they sweat so that you feel welcome. So you feel friendly. They get in the coffee house, it's a big metal box, 500 degrees, and they hand you stuff. Hot coffee. Here you go. Whew. They don't do it because they need a sauna. They do it because they want to make you feel welcome and friendly. That's why they do it. And they put on a smiling face. By the way, you want to work in the coffee house? We need some people to help. So, all right. That's all right, right? So we need you to be involved. We need more people to be involved. There's always room for people to be friendly. There's no end to friendliness. Walk around and talk to people. Meet people around you. Our church is designed, we do big days. A big day's coming up in September. Big days. We're doing the big yes. Yes! Anyways, no. So no singing. So, right. This is designed to attract people to Hilltop so they'll hear about Jesus Christ. But let me tell you, people will never hear about Jesus Christ if we're not friendly. And I'm going to tell you that probably one of the biggest things in our world right now is the lack of people feeling like they have friends. It's a huge problem in our world. In fact, the biggest issue for the church, the modern church today, may be to make people feel loved, to try to let them feel like they have friends. This is a huge problem in our world. And if the church will get on board with, wow, I can put on a smile and say hello to someone, and that will impact them for giving their life to Jesus Christ, yes, it will, because people are so desperate for that. The average man has nobody that he calls a good friend. Average teenagers call friendships over texting. That's a friend. They hardly speak to each other. I don't even know how that computes, right? And that's going to get worse and worse with technology. They're not bad. It's just the world they were raised in. But they don't have connections. At least the older people understand what a connection is because you had nothing. You had to connect. And so it's something we can help each other with. Generations don't connect. What's important to have older people in our lives? It's important to have younger people in our lives. It's important to have connection and say, hey, you matter to me. You have experiences I've never even dreamed of. And wow, you're experiencing things I never dreamed of was possible. That matters. Those connections matter. When we do the big day in September, we do them all the time. September, February, Christmas, Easter. We do big days. We give you the little cards. We tell you invite people. You'll know when it's happening. We need you to be involved. You need to be filling out your connection card. It has an impact on people. You need to encourage people. You need to people sitting around you. Hey, what's your name? Oh, welcome. They don't have to be new to Hilltop. They just have to be new to you. That's it, right? And those things matter. And why are you doing it? Because you're showing the love of Jesus Christ. You're involved here. Some of you need to volunteer on the big days, September. We're going to need a lot of volunteers. We always need more. Sign up. It won't be as hot. It won't be as hot. So that's just what I say, as hot, right? Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1 and 2. Keep on moving each other as brothers and sisters. Although we're talking to believers in Jesus. That's brothers and sisters, right? We're part of the same family. Verse 2, don't forget to show hospitality to strangers. So keep urging each other. We have to show hospitality to strangers. We have to be friendly, right? We have a plan of how we're going to do it here at Hilltop. We're going to give people a gift. Say gift. Gift, right? There you go. We're going to give people a gift. G-I-F-T. Work on my spelling. Make sure I got it down right? Gift. We're going to greet people. We're going to introduce people. We're going to follow up with people. We're going to thank people. Gift. So we're going to give a gift. Now, I'm telling you this, I want you to understand very clearly, I'm not asking you to do this. I'm telling you to do it. It's an expectation that you are going to do this. It's not a request because it's God telling, I'm not God, but it's God telling us to do it according to his word. This is how we're going to be friendly. This is how we're going to, it is not that hard, right? The gift, G stands for greet. We're going to greet people. Okay, that means you see someone, you're going to greet them. Say hello. Buenos dias. I don't know, whatever you're into. Yeah. Bonjour. I don't know. Yeah, just many languages. We can say it in all kinds of languages, right? Greet people. We're going to say hello. Again, they do not have to be new to Hilltop. They just need to be new to you. Look for someone you don't know and say hello. I'm glad you're here today. Whatever. Start a conversation. Can you smile? You got it down, right? If you can start working on names, start working on people's names. We want to start learning each other. You need to start making friends. So we need to be active. Again, it's not just a greeter's job to say hello. The greeters are just assigned a position. We're all supposed to say hello. So greet someone, right? The I stands for introduce. What does this mean? When you meet someone, it doesn't have to be the first time. When you meet someone, introduce that person to somebody else, right? Hey, you get to know them, you get to talk to them. Again, they don't have to be new to the church. They can be. But then, hey, there's this other person I think you would get along with. Come meet them. You guys have like kids in the same age group, or you work in the same field or the same industry, or you're into cars, commonalities, right? Let me introduce you over here. If someone is new, introduce them to me. I stand on the patio. We got lots of people talking to me all the time. Just butt in front of all of them. Who's been around a while. It's just, they'll be all right. They'll see me again. No one's not going to survive. They'll survive. Bring in the new people. Let me meet them. If they have teenagers, introduce them to one of our youth leaders. Introduce them to other teenagers. We want to know them. You have kids, you should be you walk the parents down, pick up their kids down to the dungeon down there. They're scared anyways, take them down there. Introduce them to Kim. She'd love to meet their parents, right? She sees all the kids. She doesn't get to meet all the parents. Introduce them. We can introduce people to other people, help them make other connections, right? Usually, you could do the first two together, greet and introduce. You can greet someone and then introduce them. Follow up. That means when you see someone in a week or two, again, at church, because you should be coming every week. Anyways, you see them and you say, hey, how you doing? If you remember their name, awesome. Hey, Joe, Judy, how you doing? If you don't, hey, how you doing? I can't remember, help me, right? There's no shame in saying you can't remember because they don't remember your name either. So, it's okay, right? It's okay. And at least it shows you're trying to learn it. It's okay, right? Follow up. How are you doing? Are you meeting people? What's happening? We want people to come back. And then T, right? Thank people. Now, listen, thanks is one of the most underutilized words we have. It's not as underutilized as I love you. I love you is the worst. We need to be saying that a lot, especially the people we care about. But thanks is another one. Thank you. You are never going to go wrong telling someone thank you. And there's a lot of people who work in Hilltop. I mentioned the greeters. I mentioned the coffee house people. There's people who set up the patio. There's people who stay here and clean up when you all go home. You're already on the boat. They're still here, right? People who work with our sound and audio. People who do stuff you never even see, right? Thank people. It's important. It's a thankless job sometimes. They show up early and stay late. You come and run out. Right? Thank them. It's important. Telling someone thank you is huge. Because sometimes you go, why do I do this? Nobody appreciates. I come week after week, and what's going on? I'm not telling you to thank me. People thank me all the time. I don't deserve thanks. Everybody else deserves thanks. They do all the heavy lifting. I just stand here and they make me look good. That's it. It's true. Thank people. And they don't have to be working at the church to thank them. Hey, thanks for calling me. Thanks for texting me. Thanks for praying for me. We need to make that part of our vocabulary. We need to be thanking people. Okay, for this to happen, this means you can't run out of church like it's on fire. Some of you got a bad habit, right? You hear the music. Oh, baby, it's almost over. Let's roll. Yeah, let's go, man. If you just stop talking, how long? I hear the music playing. It's only a matter of time. He's going to say something about the connection card, and I'm out of here, baby. Right, we're rolling. We're going to beat the traffic, right? It's Havasu. We don't have traffic. Yeah, we don't have it. Well, maybe in snowbird season we have it. But anyway, so, right, it requires you to have to hang around a little bit. So we have designed the patio with a purpose for you to hang around. We design our big days with purpose for you to hang around. This is to give you an opportunity to give a gift to someone. To give a gift. That's what it is. And I get it, it's hot outside. I know. I stand out there in blue jeans while you're all in nice, comfortable shorts, right? So I know it's hot, but you can take 5 minutes. Maybe you get good at this. You greet someone and then get the heck out of there, right? Maybe go turn on your car, let the air conditioner cool the car down, and you come back and greet somebody, right? That will help you. And I understand, I'm not asking you to do every single one of these 4 things every week. I'm just asking you to do one of them. Do one. You can say hello to someone. You can tell someone thank you. The other 2 take a little bit more work, but, do you want to have friends or you just want to be alone in your whole life? So, if they're doing it to you, you can do it to them. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. And just understand why you're doing it. You're doing it for Jesus Christ. We say it's all about Jesus, period. Then this is a process of making your life all about Jesus, period. People matter. Buildings are great. The chairs you sit in are wonderful. The coffee is, I don't drink coffee, flavorful or not. I don't know. All right? But people are what it's about. People is who Jesus wants. Jesus doesn't care about air conditioning or heat. He cares about you. He cares about you. And he cares about every human being. And Jesus brings them here because we love Jesus. And he wants people to discover, man, these people are passionate for, they don't just talk about Jesus. They're passionate for Jesus. They live for Jesus. And doggone it, they're friendly. I would love to have the label, I don't go to that church, they're too friendly. That would be I would be proud when someone slams us that way on social media. Praise Jesus, we're too friendly. Yeah, all right, hallelujah. I hope it happens, but that depends on us. Let's have a word of prayer. Jesus, I thank you for your goodness. Jesus, help us be a loving church that is willing to get outside of ourselves and just approach people. Lord, just to say hello. I mean, someone standing by themselves, go over and say hi. It matters. Lord, let us greet people. Let us introduce people and make connections with other people so that they know they're part of the group. We welcome them in. We're not in a clique like the world, Lord. We're open. We want people to come. We want people to become part of the family of God. We want people to worship you, Jesus. And if we could be incredibly friendly people, whether we're shy, whether we're extroverted, it doesn't matter. You've designed us uniquely, Lord, to reach the people that you're going to reach through us. Let us just be bold enough to say hello. Bold enough to introduce our name. Bold enough to ask a name. And Lord, let's follow up with people. Not a one-time thing. Let us thank people who serve and do so much so that we can praise your name. Thank you for all those who serve Jesus. Awesome people. Thank you for the people of this church who are just, they love on you. Even hug you, Lord. Thank you for them. May you be glorified, Jesus. We do this for you. We give you all glory. We give you praise in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.